10 serious dangers of added sugar. Before we see what the 10 dangers of sugar are, let's find out about the different types of sugar that exist on the market. Sugar is a naturally occurring carbohydrate found in many foods, including fruit, milk, honey and vegetables. Here are the most common types of sugar. Glucose is the sugar found in the blood. Dextrose is the name given to glucose that is made from starch, potatoes and grains. When there is too much glucose, the body sends a signal to the pancreas to produce insulin. Insulin allows the cells to absorb glucose from the blood. A lack of glucose is not good either. The body lacks the energy it needs for biological processes. Fructose, like glucose, is a monosaccharide, the simplest form of carbohydrate. Fructose has a unique texture, sweetness, rate of digestion and degree of absorption that is different from glucose. Fructose has a slower absorption rate and, unlike glucose, does not cause significant insulin secretion. Excess fructose damages the liver and leads to insulin resistance and fatty liver. In fact, fructose has the same effects on the liver as alcohol. Galactose is one of the simple sugars. Galactose has the same chemical formula as glucose, but its atoms are arranged differently. It is less sweet than glucose and is found in dairy products and sugar beets. Galactose must be converted to glucose to provide energy for the body. Lactose is a disaccharide found in milk, composed of the monosaccharides glucose and galactose. A natural enzyme, lactase, is necessary for the digestion of lactose. Sucrose is commonly known as table sugar. It comes from sugarcane or sugar beets. Vegetables and fruits naturally contain sucrose. Sucrose is a disaccharide composed of 50% glucose and 50% fructose. In the body, it is quickly broken down into glucose and fructose. This sugar is mainly used in the manufacture of beer and as a sweetener. Maltose can replace other sugars in culinary preparations. The sweetening power of maltose is lower than that of sucrose or fructose. The dangers of added sugars. The truth is that the dangers of excessive sugar consumption are so numerous that we could not name them all. It would be quicker to list the diseases that are not related to excess sugar. On this channel, we approach health from a global point of view, working on the 4 pillars of health: diet, physical activity, mental health and sleep. If you are not yet a subscriber to the YouTube channel, Top Fitness Health, consider subscribing, and if you want to be notified when a new video is released, consider turning on the little bell. Danger number 1. Added sugar is bad for your heart. For a long time, doctors blamed the increase in cardiovascular disease on saturated fat. But new studies show that saturated fat is not as bad as we've always thought. There is growing evidence that added sugar, not fat, is a leading cause of cardiovascular disease. A 2013 study showed that sugar can actually affect the pumping mechanism of the heart and increase the risk of heart failure. Not surprisingly, many observational studies find strong statistical links between excessive sugar consumption and heart disease risk. Danger number 2. Excess sugar makes you fat and leads to overweight. You probably already know that consuming too many calories from any source leads to fat storage if those calories aren't spent. But did you also know that simple sugars are much more likely to make you overweight? Most products high in sugar are very low in nutrients and fiber. Fiber slows the digestion and absorption of sugar and keeps blood sugar levels stable. Foods high in fiber, fat and protein provide long-lasting satiety. This reduces the risk of overeating. In addition, added sugars are empty calories and provide little or no satiety. This is why we feel hungry an hour after going to a fast food restaurant. We can clearly see the link between excess sugar and overweight in children. Many obese children have excess abdominal fat. One of the causes of this health problem could be the increase in fructose-laden beverages. A 2010 study of children found that excessive fructose intake, without glucose intake, causes visceral fat cells to mature, leading to abdominal fat accumulation and an increased risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. One of the most important steps you can take to lose weight is to significantly reduce your sugar intake. Danger number 3. Added sugar can be harmful to the liver. Added sugar contains a lot of fructose, which can overload the liver. Before sugar enters the bloodstream from the digestive system, it is broken down into two simple sugars, glucose and fructose. Glucose is found in every living cell on Earth. Glucose is obtained from food, but the body can also produce it. This is not the case with fructose, which the body cannot make. The liver must convert fructose to glucose in order to use it as an energy source. Small amounts of fructose, from fruit, for example, can't hurt. In this case, the fructose is converted into glycogen and then stored in the liver until it is needed. However, the liver can only store a limited amount of glycogen. If there is an excess of glycogen, the liver is overloaded and the fructose is converted into fat. Frequent consumption of large amounts of sugar can lead to fatty degeneration of the liver and other serious health problems. When fructose is converted to fat in the liver, it is transported as triglyceride-rich cholesterol particles. The problem is that not all of the fat leaves the liver and can become lodged there. This can cause non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a growing problem among the Western population. Several studies show that people with fatty liver consume 2 to 3 times more fructose than the average person. The health impact of such consumption varies from person to person. Healthy, active people tolerate more sugar than inactive, unhealthy people who eat a high-calorie diet. However, fructose can be harmful even when you are not overweight. Danger number 4. Excessive sugar consumption can lead to cancer. Researchers believe that the constant increase in insulin, due to excessive consumption of sugary foods and beverages, may contribute to cancer. In addition, metabolic diseases play a role in inflammation, which is another cause of cancer. Inflammation leads to the production of free radicals. Free radicals seek stability by stealing electrons from other stable molecules, which can lead to a chain reaction that damages cells, proteins and DNA. The immune system is essential to good health. The risk of infections, inflammation and even cancer increases as the immune system weakens due to aging and other processes. Every second of our lives, our cells are attacked by particles called free radicals. Normally, antioxidants protect against free radicals and the damage caused by free radicals is repaired without much consequence. An excess of free radicals can increase the risk of various diseases, including cancer. Danger number 5. Sugar addiction leads to insulin resistance. Eating large amounts of sugar-rich products causes blood sugar levels to spike. The pancreas is then instructed to produce insulin. Insulin is used to deliver glucose to the cells. When insulin levels remain high, the body can become less sensitive to insulin and glucose builds up in the blood. Symptoms of insulin resistance: fatigue, constant hunger, high blood pressure, brain fog. Insulin resistance is also associated with excess abdominal fat. A large accumulation of fat in the abdominal area can lead to insulin resistance. However, most people with insulin resistance do not realize it until they develop type 2 diabetes. Danger number 6. Added sugar is bad for your teeth. Dentists say it every time they visit. Don't eat too much sugar because sugar is bad for your teeth. And this advice is not without reason. Sugar is bad for your teeth because it feeds bad bacteria in your mouth. Sugar contains a lot of calories but does not provide essential nutrients. Sugar causes tooth decay because it provides easily digestible energy. Stimulating saliva production can help maintain good dental health. Saliva cleans teeth naturally. Chewing sugar-free chewing gum and eating fiber-rich fruits and vegetables promotes saliva production. Cheese, yogurt and other dairy products also contain calcium and phosphate that strengthen teeth. They make much better snacks than sweets rich in sugar or starch. Green and black tea also contain substances that help fight bad oral bacteria. Simply drinking a few cups of tea a day can help keep your oral flora in balance. Danger number 7. Excess sugar can shorten life expectancy. A diet high in sugar causes many health problems that can shorten life expectancy. Added sugars in processed foods are the #1 culprit. The problem is that sugar appears under nearly 60 different aliases, which means most people have no idea how much sugar they are consuming each day. A 2013 study concluded that up to 180,000 deaths worldwide could be attributed to the consumption of sugary drinks. Each year, many people die from chronic diseases, diabetes, heart disease and cancer due to excessive sugar consumption. To reduce the risk of civilization diseases and premature death, it is important to reduce sugar consumption. The easiest way to do this is to avoid processed foods and sugary drinks. Danger number 8. Sugar as addictive. Why do so many people have such a hard time saying no to sugary products? How does sugar act on our brain to be so addictive? From the first bite, sugar sends a signal to the brain that activates the reward system. The main chemical involved in this biological reward system is dopamine. The problem with sugar and junk food is that they can cause the release of huge amounts of dopamine. Amounts far greater than our brains have ever been exposed to through natural food. This is the reason why some people who are prone to addiction become addicted to sugar. Not everyone agrees that sugar is extremely addictive, but the pleasure one feels after consuming a sweet treat is undeniable. The loss of self-control and the cravings for sweetness show that sugar is not as innocent as we sometimes think. Danger number 9. A diet high in sugar can lead to type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is genetic. Type 2 diabetes can also be genetic, but its most likely cause is a poor lifestyle. Being overweight increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The consumption of added sugars also plays a role. It is important to avoid blood sugar fluctuations. It is the consumption of foods and beverages that contain sugars and refined carbohydrates that leads to blood sugar spikes. Danger number 10. Excess sugar accelerates the aging process. Do you think added sugars have no effect on the skin? If so, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Over the years, researchers have discovered that too much sugar in the blood can accelerate a process called glycation, which in turn causes skin aging. When we eat, the body breaks down carbohydrates into sugars such as glucose and fructose. These sugars are used to provide energy to the body. When we eat too much sugar, these sugars can react with proteins and fats in an abnormal way. They produce harmful molecules called GTP, glycation end products. This process is called glycation. The more PTG we have, the faster we age. PTG also play a role in the development of diabetes, chronic kidney disease, atherosclerosis and Alzheimer's disease. If you are not yet a subscriber to the YouTube channel, Top Fitness Health, consider subscribing, and if you want to be notified when a new video is released, consider activating the little bell. See you soon for more videos. And until then, take care of yourself.